before I make a decision about the arms. I'm going to put this on here to kind of get an idea. I want it to look like a shirt or a sweater. So I don't want it to come all the way down because I want his belly to stick out and his little tushy to stick out. I know I have extra here, and I have raw edges, so I'll probably have to cut some off. Right now I'm just playing. I'm gonna fold it to see how much I need to take off or to sew down. Now my original idea was that when I sew arms, that I would sew him like this to look like his hands are in his pocket, but that's going to make him look too skinny. So I think I am going to go ahead and add on arms, which means I'm going to have to cut a hole here and maybe reshape the whole top because I don't like this looseness. I think I might just cut it like a little shirt top. So I'll leave 3 blue stripes, and I need to have enough to sew the raw edges. So I think it would be a good idea to add some sleeves, and I can use this sock, and I could very easily get sleeve coming down here. Okay, so I guess he's going to have arms because I think this size of the body fits the rest of his, and so I want 3 stripes will come up to under his chin. And so the arms are going to be a little lower. So I'm going to cut out a little arm there, starting at the white stripe. And then I am going to piece together the top. So I think I'm going to just cut it like if I was making a shirt. And I'll just hem it together. And I'm going to cut a little neck hole. I do a lot of sewing, so this is basically it's a shirt pattern. Now, I think that's going to work good. And the arms will stick out there. Okay. Right, I'm going to turn this inside out. I think I'll just go ahead and sew on the sewing machine down the 2 shoulder edges. This side's a little smaller than that. I want to make sure they're the same. Okay, I have sewed the shoulder, so we have a head hole and we have the arm hole, so the shoulders are sewed. And I'm going to go around, and I think I'm going to just hand do this. I'm going to fold it over and sew a seam around to give a finished edge around the neck. Okay, with smaller needles, I decided to fold it all over, and I think I am going to use a sewing machine to go around that and finish off that neck edge. So I was able to sew that with the sewing machine around the neck, and it still has some stretch to it. It's enough to get over his body, so I'll be able to slip it on. Right, now I need to work on the sleeves. So I'm going to use this other sock, and obviously I don't need this toe section, so I'm going to cut the toe off. Yeah. Alright, now just cut the length that I need and a little bit more so I can hem it. Alright, I need to divide this into 2 parts for 2 sleeves. Alright, now a sleeve is usually, I'm going to fold this in half. A sleeve is usually at an angle like this. It's high on the top and low on the sides, so that it'll be like this. And I've got it extra long because I'm going to hem the edge, and I think I'll do that first before I sew up the sleeves. So yeah, I'm going to fold this over, And I'm going to put a little hem on the bottom so we have a finished edge of our sweater. First one started. Sew them both at the same time. And now we fold right sides together and sew up that straight edge. Right sides together. Okay, now I think we're going to have to sew the sleeves on by hand. I don't think there's any way I can put that sleeve on with the sewing machine. Right, I think I do want to trim this little raw edge just a little bit. This will be the smallest sweater I have ever made out of a sock, which is pretty cool. You gotta do the other sleeve. Make sure you push this one out of the way so it's not inside. And we are sewing right sides together, so you want your sleeve to be right side. This is the right side inside, okay? Don't get confused, because you want right side and right sides facing each other. So we're looking at the inside of this sleeve. We're going to be sewing it on. This is right side, that's right side. And I just want to show you one more thing in just a second. Let me just get the pins on here. Just get this in place. Okay, where's the side? There's no side seam, so I have to find it. It's right there. Okay. Oh, this is turning out cute. I'm really pleased. So really, I'm using 3 socks to make this bunny. 1 men's tube sock and 2 children's socks. Okay, when I sewed this, I went kind of around to pick up all the raw edges, and then I did a running stitch around. So I basically went around it twice. And that was just to kind of catch all the raw edges. I have my loop, and I'll show you. I'll just do a little bit so you can see. Okay. I have my little loop. So I'm just gonna go almost like a serged edge. I'm just going over it, just keeping my stitches fairly close together and just catching all the raw edges. And I'll go all the way around that way, and then I'll do just a running stitch. So basically going around the sleeve twice. So yeah, this little article of clothing, the child might be able to take it off and put it on one of his other dolls or animals. I don't know. But I think I'm doing a good job in putting it together that it will hold up. Okay, so you see what I'm doing? Just kind of going over the top and catching the raw edges. Just make sure it's straight. See the edge? See, I'm just kind of going over the top and around. We're going to do that all the way around. Okay, I've sewed all the way around, going catching all the raw edges. Now I'm going to do like a little running straight stitch. I'm going to go in and out. I'm trying to make my stitches small, in and out. I'll do this around the edge. I'll do several stitches and then pull it through, but not too tight. Do another section. In, out, this is just a long running stitch. And you see my needle, how it kind of goes in and out, and in and out, and pull it through, but not too tight, because you want to have enough room to stretch the sweater as we put it on him. That noise in the background, that's my husband. He's unloading the dishwasher, I think. I always tell him to be quiet. I don't like to record when he's home, because he makes noises. But I'm glad he's doing that job for me. Okay, I'm almost back to the top. Okay, so I've basically gone around 2 times. Now I just need to put a knot. I want to put my knot on the outside. Make my little loop. Put my needle through. Make one more stitch. Cut my thread, and our little sweater is done. Turn it right side out. And so there is our little sweater made out of a sock. Is that not adorable? Oh my word. That is so cute. Oop, got some threads here we need to trim. Right, we are ready to put his sweater on. And you know what? I think it'd be easier to go throw over his head. So we'll do that. We'll put his sweater on him. Let me back this out so you can see better. As we dress this little bunny, we'll put his ears through here first. And his arms are flexible, so that's good. Oh, his arms are fat. But that's okay, this fabric is stretchy. Let's get his hand out there. Yeah, his arms are fat. Oh, I didn't trim this one. I trimmed the other one, but I didn't trim this. Let me clip that corner just a little bit. And I want to trim a little bit of the raw edge there. Grab a hold of his hand and pull. Alright, just a few little adjustments here. I love that edge on the bottom. Alright. I want to make a few adjustments. I don't want his arm sticking out too much there. Oh, his arms are fat. Okay, that's not too bad. Well, isn't that cute? We have a little boy bunny. He's wearing a sweater and pants now, and I need to decide what to do with that extra little piece. Been debating about it. It could be turned into a beanie hat. Now, we could just put it on part way and attach it, or we could actually put it on and have his ear sticking out through it. What if I stuffed it and put... Let me just test something. What if I put a little something in it? This is the toe of the sock. What do you think about that? I almost don't want to cut a hole in it. Is that too much stuffing? Let's take a little bit out. We could give him a little hat. Let me just pin that on there so I can see what it looks like. See if I like it. That's a wonderful thing about pins. As you're trying to figure things out, you can pin things up and look at it and examine it, and if you don't like it, you can make a change. I didn't like the shape. It's too square, so I'm going to kind of round it off by sewing off those corners so it's not so square looking. I do like the edges kind of rolled up. Let's see if this is a little better. I can put a tiny bit of stuffing in it. Yeah, that's a better shape. It's not so square. I sort of like it on crooked though. And I like the idea of going around the ears. It's alright if it's a little crooked. I could sew it on permanently. It's a little different. It helps to bring it all together. He almost needs a scarf, doesn't he? So he's ready for winter. He has a hat and a sweater, and he could have his little scarf just to give him a little extra something. Maybe a darker blue. I've got lots of yarn. I could probably do something like that. Alright, we need to sculpt his face while I still think about the hat. At least it's not square anymore. I took off those corners. And it's okay if it's a little funky. Okay, I want to keep the roll so it keeps the raw edges on the inside. So all I'm really doing is just kind of going around that roll. And I'm not pulling it tight at all because I don't want to flatten the roll. The roll is kind of the style anyways. So it's pretty simple. Nothing extra special about it. I am following the curve. I like the hat's a little lower on this side. I don't know, there's just something interesting about the crookedness of it. So in watching this video, you are watching an artist at work in the act of creating. I have never made this bunny before. I just had an idea and whoops, got caught on my camera leg. I just had a general idea about a sweater to separate that to make it look like pants, and I couldn't find the crew socks that I used for the cute little white bunny in a pink tutu. So I bought the next best thing I could find, and that was tube socks. And that's actually worked out pretty cool because I have something a little bit different than what I imagined, and that's kind of how creativity goes. You don't always have to have everything all planned out. You can start with just a general idea and let it kind of morph into whatever it is. Just kind of go with the flow and make judgments along the way to see, will this work? Try this, try that. Experiment, don't have everything doesn't have to be pre-planned. There is no pattern for this bunny, because as you have witnessed, I just made it up. So right now he's one of a kind until somebody copies. And I don't mind you copying, because you know what? I don't mind sharing, because I can't sew for everybody. I can't do this for everybody. I have a busy life. I have too many things to keep up with all the time, with teaching and lesson preparation and sign painting and all the requests I have for either sewing or painting. I have a hard time keeping up with my current list, plus keep up with my house, my family that's growing, and birthdays and everything. There's just so much to keep up with. So I would rather make a video and teach you how to do it yourself, so that I don't have to make it for you. You can do it. Yes, you can. You can do it. You don't have to be an artist. This isn't that hard. And you've watched me do it. The more you do something, the better you get at it. And if something doesn't turn out exactly, a certain way, well, you can make changes to it. It can be a little different. It doesn't have to be exact. You might even be inspired with your own idea when you look at my ideas. I mean, I get a lot of inspiration from other people. Yeah, this hat is going to stay on permanent. There's a little bit of stuffing in it. And I like that I didn't really want to cut a hole in it. So this works for me. And this puts a little ridge around it. So I think that's enough for a recording. But you get the idea. We have this adorable little bunny. I'll finish sewing his hat. So there you have it. A boy sock bunny. I got all of the socks from Dollar General. The colorful socks. This came in a set of 6. And this came in a set of 6. And these are children's socks. I used this for the sweater and this one for the sleeve. So I used 2 socks to make a sweater. And a men's tube sock I used to make the entire body. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can catch my other forthcoming craft projects and the different kind of sock bunnies that we're going to do. Thanks for watching.